welcome to the Sunnydale Diaries, a very somber podcast where I, Melanie,
And I, Sean.
watch and discuss every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer from two very different perspectives. I being the newbie who has never watched these episodes, and Sean being the longtime fan of the show who has watched many times. I imagine this is an episode that you have watched a few times. It is a well-known episode, and we are talking about season 5, episode 16, The Body.
I will say that this episode, after watching it the first time, I have never completely watched it again.
Really?
I've seen the whole thing, like the whole episode again multiple times, but just like a little bit each year. Like I can't. This is the first time in 25 years
Wow.
that
Okay.
I'm watching it in full.
So in our last episode, I Was Made to Love You, the big twist at the end is Buffy walked in to the house and found Joyce on the couch, eyes wide open, not moving, not breathing, I imagine, passed away. Oh, I predicted that she is dead, and that's how the story is going to go. Sean did not confirm or deny, but he told me to have tissues ready for this episode, so I imagine my prediction was correct. And based on what Sean is wearing tonight, and I'm going to follow with that theme, and I've got my veil on, and Sean's got his funeral suit on, and we are ready for this episode.
I'm actually wearing the suit because there is a stripogram that comes to the door, and he's wearing a suit, and he starts stripping for Buffy, hence the body.
And Buffy is like, I'm sorry, this is totally inappropriate for a funeral. Who ordered the stripper? Xander. Inappropriate.
All right, so we are going to be watching it together, which we don't often do, but
No.
I told friend of the pod, Ryan, about an hour ago that no one should have to watch this alone. So we'll be watching a scene.
Is that what we're going to do? We're going to watch a scene, then discuss, watch a scene, then discuss?
Yeah, you pause whenever you want to pause.
Okay. So you guys, if you want to start watching now, that would be fine as well, and you'll watch along with us. And I am going to press play right now. Here we go. The Body. So we open on a happy memory, I guess. Christmas dinner. Everybody's around the table having a nice time. And then they're in the
Santa Claus is real.
Apparently so. Not so much with the presents, but more disemboweling children. So then Buffy's in the kitchen. Buffy's in the kitchen with Giles and Mom. And they're going to open another bottle of wine, and she makes a funny callback about as long as you're not eating the band candy, we're okay. And then they're going to slice the pie up for dessert, but the pie falls on the floor, and we have a really fast cut to Joyce again, dead on the couch. Buffy, kudos to her, has the wherewithal to call 911. And then they tell her to try CPR, which she does. Do you know CPR?
I know the basics, but like my husband was certified. Like
Wow.
he had to be at his old job.
Oh.
But so like if no one else was around, I could basically do what Buffy did.
You had to be certified at his old job?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I know somebody on his team had a heart attack like while at work once. I don't know if it was because of that, or maybe they made all management do it.
Oh.
But
Right.
yeah, I could do it. I don't know that I would do it well. But
Yeah.
I could,
Well, and just
know,
like
if I had
Buffy, you kind of do what you can, and she gets panicked because she cracks one of Joyce's ribs. And then they're like, oh, something about the body is the body. And she says, my mom. She's not ready to call her the body yet. And then she hangs up on 911. She's like, I have to make a call. Hangs up on 911 and calls Giles to come over. Now, okay, the paramedics do arrive, and they know, right? I think they know pretty quickly.
Yeah.
She's non-responsive. And then poor Buffy is in shock. Obviously, she's just going through the motions here. But so they tell her, sorry, your mom passed probably a while ago.
You could have done, probably felt no pain.
But in the meantime, they're getting another call. I don't know how accurate this is. I don't like this. That they're like, "All right, I'm gonna call this in to the coroner, but he might take a while to get here, so we're just gonna leave you now with this
Yeah.
body.
Mhm.
Go pour yourself
And
some
I don't.
water."
Yeah, just have a glass of water, you'll be fine. And I don't know that paramedics can really declare someone dead.
Maybe not. But I don't know. If anybody listening knows how it works with paramedics, would they really leave her there with the body?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's probably another ambulance they could have got to go on that call.
The worst part of that, I think, is when she says she's cold.
Yeah.
That so I don't wanna make this about me, but I'm going to. So, my mom died, like, 6 months before this,
Oh, wow.
and, yeah, it was a similar thing. She wasn't unresponsive, but she was in very bad shape. My sister called an ambulance. I wasn't home. I was at my husband's, which was just, like, half a mile away. And I almost didn't go to the house. I thought, "Okay, well, I'll go I'll see her at the hospital. I'll head that way now." And, like, I ended up going to the house, saw her getting wheeled out in the ambulance. She was alive at that point, but watching this then was it was
It's
tough.
very tough.
Deep breaths, Melanie.
I don't know.
Hold it
I
there.
mean, so were you there when your mom actually passed at the
Not in the
hospital?
like, she was in a trauma room. I was in the hospital, but not in the room with her. They let us see her after she passed, which no, because like, everything attached, she looks in pain, was not good. So we were there. My dad came even though he wasn't living with us at that point, and when the doctor came in and told us, like, we were all, like, on different sides of the room, and he, like, just, like, called me and my sister over, and we hugged, and
I don't know if I'd want to be there like during the actual moment of death. My when Drew's father passed away very unexpectedly, we went to the hospital and he had already passed and we went in the room to see him. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Oof. All right, moving on. Oh, so yeah, so she's obviously in shock because as they're leaving, she's like, "Okay, good luck."
yeah. Oh, we didn't mention, like, she has, I guess, just, like, made up moment in her head where, well, the
Oh
paramedics
yeah.
there, everything's fine. Joyce wakes up. Now she's in the ambulance, and Dr. Krieger in the hospital saying, "Good thing Buffy caught you."
Mm,
And nope, that was all in
no.
Buffy's mind.
Yeah.
Did you think at that moment? I
Denial.
kind of thought by the look on your face that you didn't think it was real.
I for a second I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
poor Buffy." Okay. So poor Buffy is just
in
walking
shock,
through the
obviously.
house, the silent house, and you can hear things outside. Life is going on outside. You hear the chimes, you hear kids playing. She finally hits the floor and is sick on the floor. Doesn't know what to do with herself. Opens the door. Man, she looks bad,
Yeah, yeah.
waxy, and just the color
Ghastly
is
is the
gone
word
from
you
her
described.
face. And then Giles comes in and he's like, "What happened? Is it Glory? What happened?" And Buffy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to tell Dawn." Like it's kind of creeping into her, I guess. But Giles then looks over and sees Joyce and panics, of course. And and then Buffy runs after him. He's trying to help Joyce, and Buffy yells, "We're not supposed to move the body." And then covers her mouth because oh my god, she just referred to her mother as the body. Cut to they've got Joyce, the coroner's there, I guess, and they're putting Joyce in the bag to take her away. I guess she's told Dawn because Dawn is there now. Moving on. All right. Lead me through, Sean.
Like you just mentioned Dawn, and she's upset, and you think it's about Joyce, but no, she's in the bathroom at school and just talking with a friend, and she is upset because somebody else said some pretty nasty stuff about her cutting herself, and she is adopted. But they're just talking back and forth. There's also a guy that's mentioned that she like had a little crush on, and they go into art class. They're drawing the negative space. Remember doing that?
Yes.
And she's sitting next to the guy that she has the crush on, and they're kind of talking back and forth. He asks her about he heard she was cutting herself. And said sometimes I feel like that too. So then they're kind of just doing teenage flirting back and forth,
Mhm.
and Buffy walks in and goes up to Dawn and tells her, "I need to talk to you." And Dawn's a little freaked, like, "Why are you here? Like, can it wait?" And it can't. Buffy brings her out into the hallway and kind of builds up to it, like, "Mom had an accident," and it's, "Well, no, it's not that, but it's related to the tumor," and tells her that she died, and Dawn just immediately bursts into tears, collapses on the floor.
Mm.
"You okay?"
Yeah, I'm okay. It's awful.
Right. I know
Um,
it, I know it. I was not gonna have you watch this by
I'm
yourself.
just I'm watching now. I'm looking up who this teacher actress is because she looked really familiar, and I guess
Mhm.
she just has one of those faces. Ugh. Okay.
25 minutes left.
Okay. So this is where we're at school at the dorm, and it's very silent. So much so that I was almost said something to you like, "Is our sound working?" But as Xander and Anya pull up to the school, it's very silent, and Tara and Willow are upstairs, and Willow's trying to figure out what to wear to go meet them at the morgue. She's having a very hard
Yeah,
time.
she's kind of obsessed with, like, "What do I wear that's right?"
Yeah.
Like, "Why does everything have, like, cute stuff on it?" Or Tara, she's, like, looking at a purple thing, and Tara says, "Well, purple is royalty," and Willow, "I can't be royal," and it's sad. So, Xander and Anya do come in, and everybody's stunned,
Right.
really. Anya asks, like, "Are we gonna be in the room with the body?" And she's Anya.
Not great timing. But Tara is such
Yeah.
a good girlfriend. She's just being
You
there
got your
for Willow. Ugh.
you got your kiss?
Yes, not what I imagine their kissing to be like
I know.
when I was thinking
I
about it.
know.
And so Xander has already progressed to the anger state of grief. And I guess then Tara is kind of being practical and saying, okay, we're going to have to think about taking over patrolling for a while. We're all going to be supportive of Buffy. That's good. Good friends.
Yeah. There is a string cheese incident on the bulletin board in the
Oh, I
background.
saw it.
Little sign. Yeah, I figured you did.
I feel like this is so far a very good episode. And we didn't mention written and directed by Joss. I feel like our podcast episode, I don't know, what can we say to capture the grief and the essence of this episode? Oh my god.
It is such a challenge
It's
for
heavy,
me right
man.
now. Yeah, it really just, every little thing, and, like, and I'm just, like, very hyper focused on it now because, like, I feel I can be, like, I know what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
and just seeing all these little, just hearing everyone, it is, like I told you last week, I think, like, from a, like, writing and directing point of view, this is the best episode.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it before, the use of the music soundtrack in this series is usually pretty good, and the use of, like, the negative space in this episode,
Mhm.
the lack of soundtrack, the lack of music, the negative space
Yeah, there
around
hasn't
what's
been
happening.
yeah, there's been no music
Yeah,
at all,
it's very
not
powerful.
one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, continuing on.
Speaking of powerful,
We are at 26:23 now.
that that monologue.
So Anya, so that's interesting. So Anya is confused about the human experience of death and how she should be acting and why this even happens, which is interesting. I mean, she's 1,000 years old. She's
Mhm.
familiar with death. I guess she's just never experienced it this way,
Right?
the
Yeah.
human way. And
I
I
just saw
suppose there is a lot of nuance to it and social cues that she wouldn't know.
yeah. I mean, she's trying, like, she sees Willow changing, she asks, "Should I be
Yeah,
changing my clothes? Is that
right,
a helpful thing?"
right.
And I recently saw a clip of an interview that Emma Caulfield did, and she was talking about that monologue scene, and like she had drank a lot of water to be able to cry, like staying hydrated, and Joss kept making her do it over and
Oh,
over again, and then she had to pee, and, like, I think some of the emotion she's showing is just her frustration, just trying to get it how he wanted and just being so upset, and
do you think he was consciously driving her to that point of frustration?
I think so.
Like, knew that just pushing her that she would get to that? Oh.
Okay. Xander takes his frustration out on the wall,
Yes. That was some
punches his
acting right
hand.
there.
Yep, punches his hand through it, can't get it out. In answer to Anya's questions of no one will tell her why. Like, why does death happen and what should she do? And Will tells her, like,
Oh,
we don't
I
know.
know, yeah. That is how it is,
They help. Yeah, it's so sad. They do help him get his hand out of the wall. I mean, Willow will magic that up, or he's in construction. He'll fix that hole.
He comments on
I'm impressed they have.
wallmanship.
Yep. I'm impressed they have band-aids in their dorm room. I am pretty sure we did not have any in ours.
Yeah, probably same. He did not have people
So
punching,
then,
so
yep, they leave to go get to the morgue. And so everybody exits, and then Willow goes back and grabs another article of clothing, and then
mhm.
runs out. And then camera goes over to the window, and Xander's getting a ticket.
Alright. 30-40 we're at. Here we go. They get to the hospital, everybody's
Mhm.
hugging. Even Anya gives Giles a big hug awkwardly,
Yeah.
and they're all like, "You need to
Um,
eat something." All the things you say to somebody.
yeah. Dr. Krieger, the doctor who did Joyce's operation, and probably screwed it up. Apparently, did an autopsy, and it was an aneurysm. Yeah, she likely felt no pain. Buffy
Okay,
is convinced.
let's go back to a hospital accuracy check. Probably the surgeon that did your surgery is not going to be doing the autopsy, and probably is
Yes,
not gonna
yes.
be talking to the family either,
Yep, I
right?
agree with you on that.
Alright.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was probably an
Um,
aneurysm caused by the tumor or an after effect of the surgery. But yeah, she probably didn't feel any pain, so that's a small comfort, I guess.
but even then, like in Buffy's mind, like she asks, or I think he said like
You couldn't have done anything.
nothing. Yeah, but in her mind, like she's playing through. Well, what if I did?
Yeah, right.
She's picturing Joyce fine in the
Mhm.
hospital. So glad you were there, Buffy.
Yeah.
They kind of all disperse after that. Like Willow and Xander go get
Well,
snacks.
Dawn asks when
Uh,
we see her and they
oh
kinda
yeah,
shush her. She excuses herself to go to the ladies' room, and then she just lets herself in to the morgue, which hospital accuracy check number 5, that would not happen.
yeah.
But this being Sunnydale
Um,
Memorial,
Buffy and Tara have a moment.
they do. We find out that Tara's mom died when she was 17. Um, Buffy asks her, "Was it quick?" And she says, "No, but yes, it's always quick and sudden," which is true. Even if somebody's sick and you think you're prepared, you're not prepared,
Nope.
which is always bad. So Dawn is in the morgue, and my first question is, how does she know which body is Joyce's? They're all
Yeah.
covered. Uh,
Yep.
she goes to uncover or to pull back the sheet, but she's hesitant. And then in the background, we see the sheet move, and it's a vampire, I guess, a vampire.
Yep.
And you're like,
Of
oh
course
my
it is.
god, this is still freaking Buffy. Of course, there's a vampire in the morgue.
I mean, you were saying there haven't been a lot of vampires
I
lately.
know, right? They come back with the snacks,
What
and then they're finally like,
all the
oh,
snacks.
oh, is where's Dawn?
Buffy goes to search. She like looks at the bathroom, and then I guess she has a hunch.
Yeah,
She's got the Slayer
yeah,
sense. She heads down to the morgue and sees Dawn fighting with the vampire.
yeah.
She's able to break her way in.
Mhm.
They're all tussling. Dawn falls and grabs the sheet as she's falling, pulls the sheet off. You just see like the top of I'm assuming it's Joyce.
Yeah.
Joyce's head, like, you see her head, like top of her hair,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
But Buffy makes the best of what she has and basically uses like a large saw to push through the vampire's neck.
Yep.
So he's gone.
Yep.
Anything else?
No. All right, we're 42-22. So the aftermath of that tussle, Joyce, the sheet has been pulled down and Joyce's face is exposed, and Dawn and Buffy are both there, and Dawn kind of kneels up and kind of wants to touch Joyce and see her, but not, and says, "Is she cold?" And Buffy says, "That's not her. She's gone." And then the last shot is Dawn slowly reaching out to touch her. I thought for sure when Dawn was out going to the restroom and was kind of walking around that she was going to bump into frickin' Ben.
Well, I checked IMDb quickly, and he is in the credits for this episode. So I was expecting, like I said, definitely not an expert on this episode, so I didn't remember or not if he. I wouldn't be surprised if he did show up. He's always in the
Yeah,
freaking
he's
hospital.
always there at these critical moments.
Yep.
I don't have a lot to say except that the power of the no music and the silence was very powerful and a great use of
Absolutely.
it.
How many steaks are you giving the body?
Oh man, I'll give it 4.5.
That's what I was thinking also.
I did feel the tears coming a little bit. I didn't have to use a tissue, but I'm only human.
Yeah. The same with me. I was feeling it.
Not much room for snark in this episode. They did try to insert just a couple humorous things, which I appreciate, but man, wow, what a dark episode.
Yeah, 4.5 for me too. I don't know that we should do favorite line, but do you have
I don't even know. Okay, I'll say wallmanship. And
Yeah.
who did the drywall in this place? And she says, I keep forgetting to
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah. What would you say was like the best moment of the episode or best scene?
Anya's speech was good. That was a good moment.
Mhm.
I really liked Tara's interaction and support of Willow, and really of everyone in this episode. She really came in clutch for a few
Yeah.
people in this episode. Yeah, I liked it. I like her.
Yeah. I love Tara.
Yeah.
There's a reason my second cat was named after her.
Oh,
Yeah, for me, it's Anya's monologue.
yeah. Is that like
Yeah,
the
it was
most
great.
well-known part of this episode that people refer to? Obviously, this is a very well-known episode.
I've read like that, the whole 911 scene, Buffy and Giles were not supposed to move the body.
Yeah. All right.
So-
So hopefully next week we're back to a more typical Buffy episode.
You'll appreciate the next one.
All right. What is the next one?
It is Buffy season 5, episode 17, Forever.
Forever. I think it's gonna have to do with Buffy and Dawn now are gonna become even closer because they're all the family that they have. Unless Monzo's gonna make a cameo.
But you would hope.
And so they're gonna, I'm here for you forever. Mom's with us forever. But then there's always like a B side to that. What else is forever? How many episodes? What is it? Episode 17?
17, so we have 6 left, including that one.
Oh God. All right. Hopefully there's gonna be some glory stuff in here in the next episode.
Yep. Okay. I'm getting a screenshot.
It's Dawn. Donnie's at the grave. She got something in her hand.
A glass jar in her hand.
Of something. So she's at the grave. Maybe she's gonna try and bring Joyce back somehow with a spell or something.
I could see that. Grieving daughter.
Yeah. She's not
Knows
quite
there's magic out
accepting.
there.
Yeah, this is Sunnydale.
All right, well, we shall see.
We shall see. All right.
You know what, might brighten some people up after this sad episode, Melanie?
After this downer of an episode. What, Sean?
Our socials.
Oh, sure. That's always fun. Let's bring it back up. Upbeat. Let's talk about the socials. You can find us anywhere that matters. We are at the Sunnydale Diaries. You can also email us, the sunnydalediaries@gmail.com. Tell us about the first time you watched this episode. Tell us about the last time you watched this episode. Tell us your thoughts on this episode. Do you relate to this episode? Let us know your thoughts. Why does this have to happen? We also have a website, which is thesunnydalediaries.com, and there you can get in contact with us if you like. You can get links to our episodes. You can get an invite to our Discord server, which is kind of quiet these days, but that's okay. You can get a link to our merch on Zazzle. You can get a link to my fused glass website, brightblossomglass.com. And did I miss anything, Shawnee?
I think you got it all. Can we just go back to and watch Growing Pains?
So, have we mentioned that podcast on here?
We have, but it never hurts to mention it again.
So, you guys, we do another podcast with some other friends of ours. It is called The First Ones Podcast, where it's another rewatch podcast, but the idea is we watch and discuss first episodes of sitcoms of the past. And we just recorded our first episode for season 3 of that podcast, and we watched Growing Pains, a show that I definitely watched when it was airing. And I think, Sean, you said you watched it in syndication at least, but not nearly as much of a bummer as this episode. Right. So you guys reach out, say hi, and let us know your thoughts on what just happened and maybe not what's going to happen, because that would be spoilers, and no spoilers allowed here. But yeah.
There was a meme I saw, and it's been years. But right after Buffy says, "We're not supposed to move the body," and then she put her hand over her mouth like this.
Yeah.
There's it's the still image of that, and underneath the caption says, she's like this, starts beatboxing.
Oh, no. That's awful.
So yeah, it absolutely is. For the first time,
that's called gallows humor, for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
All right, so we will be back in September. How is it September already?
Holy moly.
September 7th, Labor Day.
All right.
If you have the day off, listen to this next episode. It's a good one.
If you don't have the day off, listen to it anyway.
Yeah, no one's going to know.
Listen.
All right, bye.
Bye, everybody.